Less than a year ago, the 75 workers were faced with the loss of their jobs, and the company, then called Willow Glen Sportswear, was scheduled to close. The former owner had been advised to liquidate the business and was actively preparing to do so. The vast majority of the employees were women, mostly over 55 years of age, and a good number Hispanic. And few, if any, would have been able to find other jobs in an area marked by high unemployment and in a community that has experienced a 30-year decline in the needle trade industry. The local private industry council provided the solution. First, they introduced me to the business, and secondly, they arranged a financial package that kept the doors open and all the workers employed. I'll never forget the day between Christmas and New Year's of last year when we called the employees together with some bad news, but some good news. The bad news simply was that on December 31st, Willow Glen Sportswear would be out of business. The good news was that I had purchased the company and that all of the employees would be my new workforce. The business has survived its first year. We've moved to a new location. We have retrained the workers. We have saved the company, and we've saved the jobs because of the Private Industry Council.
Industry in New York. Diverse, complicated, yet simple. The Center for Finance and Entrepreneurial Growth. I'm Ray Schuler, President of the Business Council of New York State. New York State and the private sector are working together as partners to help your business grow. In the coming decade, New York State's economy and its competitive position in the nation and the world will be influenced by the quality of our human resources. There is no doubt that investing in people is the most important investment of all. Training and educating the current and future workforce is a task that will require both government and business to work together. The Job Training Partnership Program provides an unprecedented opportunity for business to obtain quality training programs, personnel services, and economic development assistance.
I'm Bruce Reitenberg, Chairman of the New York Association of Private Industry Councils. The Job Training Partnership Act has created a successful framework for business and government to work together. Throughout the state, private industry councils are made up of business people who understand the needs and requirements of industry. Over 400 people are active members of 28 private industry councils in this state. Whether you are a small business, an entrepreneur, or a large corporation, your private industry council can respond to your needs. Private industry councils are using business judgment to direct the spending of over $150 million a year. In addition to training programs, the Private Industry Council can help your company obtain economic development assistance through programs involving the Job Development Authority, the Small Business Administration, and industrial development agencies. Let's take a look at some of the packages available to business. There's customized training, on-site industry-specific training, on-the-job training, classroom-based training, job referral service, dislocated worker training and retraining, special programs for placing youth, the older worker, and disabled persons. With on-the-job training, an employer is reimbursed up to 50% of the wages spent on a new employee during the first 3 to 8 months. With OJT, an employer designs the training program and has control over all training decisions. OJT contracts are simple, and you, the employer, writes the contract.
We use on-the-job training to train some of our most highly skilled employees. Last year we trained 60 new workers. OJT trainees are good workers, they show up on time, they learn fast, and the reimbursement is prompt. I'm Jim Keller, Personnel Director of Keymark Corporation. We use OJTs in this facility. If you're looking for good workers who need to be trained, contact your local private industry council.
My name is Ron Crick and I'm the plant manager at Accurite. We currently purchase $3 million worth of printed circuit boards for our product. Because of the competitive nature of our business, we went to the Private Industry Council to set up an in-house printed circuit lab. There was a large availability of people in our area who are currently out of work and willing to be trained. With the assistance of the Private Industry Council, they selected and we trained these people in-house to fabricate these parts. Initial results indicate this program has been highly successful, and we anticipate a savings of at least 10%.
One of the most cost-effective training programs for business is customized or employer-specific training. This service allows an employer to specify exact training objectives tied to one or more specific jobs.
My name is Robert J. Ligori. I'm Vice President of Human Resources for Bush Industries. Classroom training has helped our company become more competitive. Our company, Bush Industries, has a long history of working with the Private Industry Council. When we located to the Jamestown area, it was natural to ask for their assistance in developing our training needs. Training needs were twofold: skills upgrade and pre-employment training. The traditional skills upgrade was best accomplished in the classroom. The pre-employment training was to develop the basic skills the employees needed before we hired them. We trained them in the fundamentals of math and metrics, blueprint reading, geometric tolerancing, including the use of micrometers, statistical process controls, and creative problem solving. We are in a very cost-competitive industry, and by training employees prior to hire, we reduce the learning curve substantially. So when we bring the new employees in, they can make an immediate contribution to the firm.
I'm Ronald Woods, Vice President of Manufacturers Hanover Trust Company and a member of the New York City Private Industry Council. I'm excited about working with the Private Industry Council and the success we've had in the bank training program. We're now embarked upon a new training program which we think will be even more successful. It will incorporate on-the-job training as well as classroom training. We, along with other bankers in the New York City area, know that when you work with the Private Industry Council, everyone is a winner. Through the initiative of the Private Industry Council, a training facility was established in the heart of New York's financial district. An advisory committee from the banking community gave guidance on the industry's labor needs, identified the skills needed for positions in the industry, and helped shape the curriculum for training in those skills. A few years ago, several leading financial institutions joined with the Private Industry Council to cooperate in meeting their employment needs and in providing employment opportunities through the Job Training Partnership Act. It led the way for other industries to follow. Over 600 new hires later, the Private Industry Council's bank training program is a clear success for all who participated.
Special programs to reach dislocated workers, youth, women, older workers, veterans, the disabled, and other people with special needs are available.
My name is Beatrice Fitzpatrick. I'm president of the American Women's Economic Development Corporation, a non-profit organization that trains and counsels women to run their own businesses. We've been doing this since May of 1977, when the best people at the Harvard Business School came down to teach in our first training program. Since that time, over 30,000 women have received individual counseling, attended day-long conferences, or entered 18-week and 18-month training programs in which they've learned to run or start successful small businesses. Many of those women are now running multi-million-dollar companies, employing scores of people, the majority of whom are young and low-income or formerly low-income citizens of our state. The Job Training Partnership Council and private corporations supply our funding, and we've all been gratified to see that there is an incredible economic return on investment in the women that we're training.
The Private Industry Council is positioned to bring key individuals who can ensure the best economic development package for your company. Members serve on the boards of local chambers of commerce, economic development councils, industrial development agencies, and local investment companies.
We moved our bank accounts to the bank that took a chance and gave us a loan. This is the way we like to do business. I'm Tom Ruggieri, president of Tryon Coats and Leather, and I recommend the Private Industry Council to small business. We wouldn't be in business today if it wasn't for the local Private Industry Council. We bought our business 3 years ago, and part of the purchase price was taking over a number of debts of the former owner. It got to the point that we only could survive if we grew. We were looking for loans at competitive rates. Frankly, we weren't bankable because the previous owner wasn't bankable. I was then referred to the Private Industry Council and received a commitment letter for job training funds and used this commitment letter to borrow money.
My name is Mary Ann Pulowski. The efforts of the Private Industry Council to arrange a special training fund played a significant role in attracting a new company to our community. More than $1 million will be earmarked over the next 5 years for the Toshiba Westinghouse joint venture, which will create 800 new jobs directly, as well as the need for additional supplies and services to further increase job opportunities.
Good. My name is Tom Lyles, chairman of our local Private Industry Council. With me is Ray LaRue, our executive director. When we formed our Private Industry Council, we decided to focus on economic development. We didn't want to just replace jobs, we wanted to create them.
Right now, we're working at a very preliminary stage with 2 firms, one firm from Massachusetts and one from Illinois, both who actively plan to move to New York State. And we've been brought in, and we're working with the Urban Development Corporation and other existing agencies and lending institutions 4 or 5 months before the businesses actively plan to locate here.
This philosophy resulted in 565 jobs in this community last year. This year, we hope to do at least that well.
For the first time, businessmen and women at the local level are involved in meeting business training needs. Call your Private Industry Council. Consider becoming a member and participate in an exciting business partnership.